Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we are back with a react, but not just any react. We are going to look and review at some of the things that we learned about this new live stream for Into the Light. That's right, Bungie has done their second live stream for Into the Light, and we got a whole loot overlook, and I kind of want to give my thoughts and opinions on it as we go. The live stream started off with a bunch of Bungie devs on the couch, again, live in-game, which I do appreciate. And we have Chris Proctor, the man himself behind the weapons team. In this live stream, we learned we're getting a new social space. Yes, the leaks were correct. In fact, you'll find out in most of this live stream, the leaks were shown true. All those people that thought it was debunked, silly you. You obviously don't know what you're talking about. But you were slightly right, because we didn't get exactly like we thought we were getting, because in the social space, we thought maybe we're getting the tower again, question mark? No. What we got instead was a glorified janitor's room. I'm not joking. I am joking a little bit, but literally they go through and they showcase that you go through the back rooms and you see all the events stuff. It's kind of funny. And then we get this glorified closet where we have all the stuff for Into the Light, called the Champions Hall. Now, as much as I tease, it's all right? I didn't expect the tower. If you did, I don't know what to tell you. I'm glad that we got a new social space, though it just feels like an extension of the Helm. Really, it does. But here we have Shaxx, who is going to be the main man. That's right, the person you talk to. Also, we also have our site, which is supposed to be someone in the lore. I'm being honest, I never pay attention to that part of the lore. But people who are lore heavy will love this, because both of them have their own bounties. Specifically, our site has weapon bounties, and this is how you're going to be able to unlock some of the new weapons. Shaxx has trophies of bravery, which you earn as you play through. You get reputation, you unlock different rewards, and one of the rewards is a super black key. That's right, it's called the Super Alpha Black Key, which essentially you rack up your reputation with Shaxx by playing the event, and then you get the keys and you unlock a container, which looks like it's some kind of Vex Black Heart replicant. I'm not for sure exactly what it is, but this is how you get the Super Black OG D1 shader that everyone's been waiting for. I don't know why we've got the Haunted memento now. It essentially has been power crept out of existence. Really weird. And then of course you have plenty of chests in the chest room. This is where you're going to unlock different weapons. Outside of just doing the main activity, you're also going to be able to use all the currency that you earn by playing to unlock different weapons inside these chests. And you're also going to be able to unlock a Destiny Year 1, but it's not Year 1, it's Destiny 2 Year 1. Yeah, they had to come out and say, yeah, we made a mistake. It is Destiny 2 Year 1. Based armor on like the first set that you get. And it's been reimagined, brought forward, and here's where I have to be brutally honest, because this is part of a review, just a little bit. It's mid as hell. Listen. My criticism is we get this mid-looking armor when we just in the Guardian games dropped a Galahorn style armor set. Cosmetic, but who cares? You're literally gonna get it for cosmetic. Why? This whole thing is based on nostalgia. They're bringing fan favorites to the Brave set. I like that. The whole Brave weapons, that's great. I love that. But the armor, like, who really truly cares about Year 1 of Destiny 2? Most people have negative memories about that. But you know what they have really positive memories? Most D1 veterans? Galahorn. So it's baffling that we got this mid armor set, and yes, I acknowledge it's free, but I don't believe people in this camp that, well, it's free, you can't complain. No, if you are part, like even if you're a part of the free to try camp, I still think you have a right to complain or criticize. But if you have ever paid or you are currently paying Bungie by buying expansions, buying dungeons, whatever, you bought their product, you've consumed, you have a right to complain about a product from a live service that you are paying for. This whole "it's free so you can't complain" is the dumbest crap I have ever heard. In fact, I'll give you an example. It's like Apple phones. It's like Apple phones. They send out updates. They're free, but they send updates that slow your phone down. And I'm pretty sure that this is a real thing and they got sued for it, but they send it, make your phone slow. It's free. I guess I can't complain because it's free, right? They slowed my phone down. It's free. I can't complain. I think you can complain. In fact, I'll give you even one more recent. My cell phone, my Samsung Galaxy, when it updates, it sometimes adds new apps that I didn't want and I can't delete. I didn't ask for it. I don't want it. But it's free. You can't complain. Yes, you can. It's absolutely, the idea that you cannot complain about anything free or you can't give criticism is brain dead. You can absolutely give criticism when it's fair. And this is fair criticism, that we get all these awesome, exciting sets, especially Galahorn, the most nostalgic rocket launcher, and you get an armor set based off of it, and it's not even Into the Light, which is based on, you guessed it, nostalgia. So that's one of my first criticisms. What is also funny is another criticism that I bring to Bungie is that in my Season of the Wish review, I criticized them in that season for even having the audacity to try to sell a starter pack for $15 when Season of the Plunder, they did the Thunder God starter pack and it was free to anyone. And now, funny enough, guess what they're doing? They're bringing it back. That's right, they're bringing the exact same back. For those that missed out, you can get your chance to have your friends join, which I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to say thank you. But at the same time, why just suddenly now? We had all these other seasons. In fact, even Season of the Wish, you could have done that. The fact that they do it now is laughable. It's also laughable that they didn't bother do any other sets. They should do one for every element. They haven't done anything else for the new player experience. Nothing, absolutely nothing else have they done to improve the new player experience or help people get back into the game and or start out into the game. Something that they're introducing is called Attunement. That's right. Once you, I believe you have to unlock the ability to do it by doing the specific bounties. But once you've done that, you are able to specifically attune a weapon. What this implies is whenever you do the Into the Light Onslaught event, you go through, you do the activity, every 10 waves, you get a chest and you get the ability to have a higher increased chance of getting the weapon of your attunement. It's not guaranteed, but it's an increased chance. This is supposed, I'm assuming, is supposed to be the best of both worlds because you're not actually able to craft these weapons, which means there is still RNG involved, but you're able to farm for it specifically with a higher chance. So the people out there that don't want to spend all day hoping you get a drop, you have a higher chance for those who want it. But for those who do enjoy the grind and want something to continually chase, you still have the opportunity. It's not a true focused option, so it's not like, oh, I instantly get it. Though personally, I don't know who really cares and who really is going to be bothered if you could focus it. But either way, I'm glad that this is an option, that we can have a higher chance of getting the weapon that we desire. Another thing that you should be aware of that I am excited for is what they call the limited edition variants. These are variants that are usually curated rolls of each weapon that have specific roles that they have chosen. If you don't understand what curated, that's essentially what it means. And that's great. I love that. Also, I'm glad that there's like this limited edition version because it does give you something to chase. A lot of the time we grind out everything we want, we get the god roll, and we never touch it. This is a limited time. What this means is when the final shape comes out, you will not be able to obtain this. Yes, this does increase FOMO. I'm sorry, new players, if you don't have a lot of time, I hope that the grind isn't as bad. There's nothing more I can speak to you on that. You have until April to June to get the rolls that you want, the attunements, and hopefully with the attunement, you can focus the specific gun that you want. Now, if you want them all, you're gonna have to put in some time, and that's exactly what Bungie wants. And you know what? I'm okay with that. As a grinder, as someone who plays the game, I'm okay with that because there's a reason, there's a purpose. It adds some value to the activity, which is usually what is lacking from these activities. There's usually no value. But having this special variant that you could only get, and it's only a limited time, I'm okay with that. Again, that might be elitist, but I'm okay with it personally. Let me know in the comments down below what you think as a new player. Do you think it's reasonable? Do you think you'll be able to spend time to actually get what you want out of it? Let me know down below. And with that, they also announced that we are getting 100 spaces in the vault. Thank God. I am hitting, they increased it every time. Every time they increase it by 100, I fill it up 100 times. Somehow I magically do it, and it probably has to do with the fact that we continually get new guns that are craftable or they're adept, and I'm like, I don't know what to keep, what to get rid of, because they're all god rolls, and I'm just like, It's a struggle. All right, here comes the sauce. That's right, the main part that people care about. The sauce, the weapons, the salute outside of the armor, which I tell you is mid. But if you like it, to each of their own. The sauce. We're getting 12 weapons. That's what, 12 weapons coming back. Most of them people are excited about, including myself. I do have to say we are getting hung jury for the 4th or 5th time. I don't know why it's not sunset. They could potentially make it to where you can go get it again from Nightfalls. In fact, you can still get it from Nightfalls by focusing engrams. I don't honestly know. Yes, it's getting new perks. I think it's funny because they showed off every other weapon besides hung jury in this live stream. It's because it's like they know that no one really cares. And I get it, it's supposed to be like fan favorites, but how many other scout rifles could we have chosen that were fan favorites? I could think of several other fan favorite weapons that people would gladly chase after. Like hung jury, I know it's based off D1, but there's also other D1 weapons that they could easily fit into that slot. Midnight Coop, that's right. For all those out there wondering if Leviathan's Lair is ever gonna come back, no, that raid is never coming back. I'm sorry. It most likely will not come back for at least many, many years. But you can still get the Midnight Coop. And this one looks amazing because they showed off 2 different roles in the past 2 live streams. One had Firefly and Kinetic Tremors. Great. But another one which might replace my Adept Fatebringer. Rest in peace, Fatebringer. In fact, I have my Fatebringer replica over there. Has explosive payload and kinetic tremors. That's right. GMs, I can tell you right now, with explosive payload and kinetic tremors, that just sounds good. It sounds amazing. Like, who doesn't like it? I'll have to play, see which one I prefer, because Frenzy, explosive payload, really good, but kinetic tremors, just saying. Another fan favorite coming back is Luna's Howl. No, Not Forgotten. Sorry, rest in peace, Not Forgotten. Personally, I don't know why we didn't get Not Forgotten back. I get the model was amazing. The stats were nice. I guess the hope is that the Luna's Howl stats, which has poor, like, god-awful range, will balance it out. The person that, one of the developers were really excited about Luna's Howl, but I'm gonna be very honest. They're bringing back Magnificent Howl, and they've reworked it. Essentially, how it works now, instead of just getting precision hits, increases your next precision hit or body hit. You have to get precision kills and it gives you stacks, which then you can use to do more damage, and you can potentially 2-tap with a 140. It is a worse Hawkmoon. In fact, there's other weapons that do the exact same thing that are significantly better. In fact, even now 140s aren't the hottest thing, except maybe Rose, but 120s are popping off. In fact, you can get an Igneous Hammer with Precision Instrument and you can 2-tap. That's right, and that is the meta of hand cannon right now, is 120s. It's coming back as a 140. Magnificent Howl has been reworked and it's trash. Like, you're better off using Hawkmoon, because Hawkmoon, it activates based on precision hits. Hawkmoon is significantly better. And I think of all the other hand cannons, all the 120s and all the other 140s, in 6s, maybe you can make it work, but I feel like there's more effort going in this trash perk. Like, they, in my opinion, completely neutered it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when we play with it, it'll be better. But precision kills to get stacks sounds absolutely horrible. Now, PvE, maybe you can make it good depending on how many hits you get. It could be, Lunathal might be the PvE gun now. Not PvP, rest in peace, in my opinion. Hammerhead, everyone's favorite Void LMG. At least until Commemoration came around and it's craftable. Commemoration has been the best Void LMG, arguably the best LMG in the game. I use it for raids, I use it for GMs, I use it for day one. Like, you can use it for pretty much anything because it's that good. It is so good. So how is Hammerhead ever going to compete? Well, simple. Commemoration is fantastic because of reconstruction and killing Tade, which makes it really good for at clear. But sometimes it struggles with the fact that it can't do enough damage to champions or bosses. Guess what? Hammerhead has the ability to roll Rampage and Killing Tally. That's right, 2 damage perks that ramp up after kills. That sounds crazy. And apply that to your Hunter kit going invisible, adding volatile rounds in the mix. Oh, mwah. The ad clear sounds nasty, but so does the damage. I'm excited to use this against a champion. Recluse, that's right, Recluse is back, Master of Arms, and it can still self-proc. That's right, you can get a kill, it will proc. Now, it was nerfed. I personally don't know the numbers and how much it was nerfed, but it has been nerfed. 900s in general have been nerfed, but Recluse itself has been fine-tuned. And I'm excited to see if it's worth the bacon. I hope it is. But if I can replace my funnel web, I'm excited for that. Another gun that's coming back that's bound to give people PTSD is Mountaintop. That's right. And micro missile is still part of the kit. Absolutely. It's been tweaked. We'll get to that in a minute. But the nerf that they did to it ensures that it no longer one hits. That's right. Unfortunately, it will no longer be the terror of Crucible. But in PvE, it is going to be pretty fun because inside the micro missile kit, just like how rockets with the danger zone or blast zone, wherever the perk is, you can actually shoot the ground and rocket jump like in the good old Halo days. You can now grenade jump with a special, which means you're going to have more ammo on demand, which means you're going to be able to shoot yourself, jump. So speedrunners, and of course, another fan favorite outside of Kindle Orchid, which by the way, sadly, not coming back. Those were wrong. Those were in the leaks. Kindle Orchid, not coming back. Don't know why, but I guess they were trying to avoid having a bunch of hand cannons. Blast Furnace is coming back. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the choice of sights. It's been locked to probably the most popular sight, but it still feels bad that you can't select the sight you want. Instead, we're going to have barrel options. Another perk specifically that was shown on it, and I'm assuming it's going to be for all the other guns as well, but one perk that showed up on Blast Furnace was what they titled Last Stand. Now, they said the shipping name is going to be different, which means it's going to change, but essentially it is Golden Tricorn, but better because you can get a kill, but also your grenade and melee kills will be able to chain and stack, so you can continue to stack up. I don't know necessarily what was the point of this. We already had Golden Tricorn, but I guess Golden Tricorn only stacks twice, whereas this can ramp up. So I'm guessing it starts out low and it can go high. I know they talked, and I may have skimmed through and missed it, but let me know in the comments down below if there was a reason why there's 2 different perks that are similarly the same. Is Last Stand going to be worth it? Maybe. The fact that it can ramp up? Let me know in the comments down below. Edgelords, unite! That's right, the meme is back. We all remembered Forsaken that everything you get was an Edge Transit, and you are going to be able to experience that all over again because Edge Transit is back, and it also has its curated role. It's supposedly, and they said this, also coming from Chris Proctor, the weapon lead himself, this is going to be the strongest heavy grenade launcher we've had yet. I'm excited. We're going to see how it is, how it plays. But just know that the man himself says this is the best or the strongest. All right, 2 weapons that are also coming back. You may be familiar with them because they come from raids. Forbearance and Succession. That's right. They're giving you a little slice of the pie. For those that haven't purchased any of those expansions to get your hands on the Vow or the Witch Queen weapons, don't worry. Or, sorry, Beyond Light weapons. That's where Succession comes from, is Deepstone Crypt. If you don't raid or you don't have those expansions, don't worry. You get to have 2 really good weapons. And Forbearance is God tier for now. They're going to nerf one of its perks. And I don't want to talk about it because it makes me annoyed. But they're nerfing it. They're nerfing one of the core explosive perks in the game. We'll have to wait to see what they do. But one new addition you can't get is that it gets Disruption Break. So for PvP players, you got another wave launcher to annoy the hell out of everyone in Crucible. Have fun with that. I don't know what exactly it has that's new. I seen the picture of it. I don't know if it's worth the bacon. I already have a god roll crafted. Fallen Guillotine! The Void Vortex Blade is back. Now, we haven't had it since back in the Season of the Rivals. For those that missed out, here's your chance to get one that is probably going to have some god rolls. Couple things, Chris Proctor talked about a roll that is fan favorite is Destabilizing Rounds and Repulsor Brace. That package is there. So for you Void fans out there, check it out. Also, this will be the very first sword or weapon in general outside of Crota's End that has sword logic. It actually makes really sense that this is here. But that means you can get ramping damage. We'll see if it's worth the bacon. We did just get the Slammer with Bait and Switch, and for some reason it does less damage than a normal Fallen Guillotine at present, so that's weird, must be a bug, I don't know. But we'll see if this Fallen Guillotine can keep up with the old one. Another thing that's being added that you should be interested in, Fallen Guillotine will be the second sword to have Eager Edge. That's right. So no longer being tied to the 30th edition swords. Those swords are now losing any value they had, but you can get yourself a Fallen Guillotine with Eager Edge and enjoy. Last but not least is a true fan favorite. I don't know if you would call it fan favorite, but nostalgia coming back. What used to be called the Stranger's Weapon is now Elsie's Rifle. That's right, it's Elsie's Rifle. It is a Void High Impact 340 Pulse Rifle. And it looks and sounds about the same as it was in D1. It was told that we will be able to see rewind rounds, which kind of makes sense since rewind came from Vault of Glass, and this is like a Vault of Glass kind of weapon since the Stranger helped us deal with effects. Also, this one, the role they showcased had Zen Moment and Desperado. Now, Zen Moment we know is probably one of the best, especially in this sandbox, one of the best perks in the game until they nerf it. Especially for 340s, this is going to be insane. Desperado, it's fallen from grace. Once they nerfed it, it has pretty much been thrown into the garbage bin, especially now that Cascade and Onslaught exist. Desperado, kind of poo-poo. If you're interested to know, yes, if any of these old weapons have ornaments, they will transfer to the new variants that we're getting into the lights. So Recluse, Hammerhead, if you have those, and they also said that these will also go in sale. So if you never had them, you will have the opportunity to get them for Bright Dust. I'm very happy and excited for that. Another question that was asked, will we be able to take the special limited edition cosmetics off and put them on other guns? It was said that if we have a shader that we want to use, we can take off those cosmetics. But we will not be able to take them and put them on different versions. They are tied specifically to the limited edition versions that we get. It was also stated one of the things that you're going to be able to do is get double loot from Legend. That's right, instead of one chest, you'll get 2 chests per wave, or sorry, not wave, round. No, not like the set of rounds, so 10. So after every 10, you get 2 chests versus 1. And if you manage to protect the Forge, and I'm calling it Forge, it's the EDH or whatever it's called, I call it the Forge because that's essentially what it is. You protect it to the very end at level 50, you get a bonus chest. So there you go. You should be able to get as much loot as possible. Not only, remember, Attunement, when you use Attunement, those chests have a chance to get the weapon specifically that you've attuned, but also the chest inside the Champion of Hall, all those chests that you can open using the materials or currency, you can also have a chance at getting that specific weapon. So there you go. A key thing that I want to say that I don't know how I feel about, but in the final shape, you will be able to enhance all these weapons. That's right. If you get the God Roll, you hold on to it, all these weapons are enhanceable. It makes me wonder how they're going to nerf the sandbox in order to allow these weapons to exist enhanced. These are basic weapons being enhanced, making them stronger. You know something's coming up that they're nerfing, so it's going to add more value possibly to these enhanced weapons. I'm a cynic. I know how Bungie is. They give you some good stuff, but eventually they nerf it to make you feel not as strong. Another critique I have which is really interesting because my opinion versus the community's opinion, the community loved this live stream. I looked at the comments, I looked at people talking, it was W's. People loved, and even said in the comment section, much better live stream than last, and all they did differently was just show actual rewards, which I get it. We all want to see loot, that's why we play it. But I appreciated the difference last live stream than this live stream because we actually saw someone who was competent, who cared about the game. Not to say that this dev who was playing didn't care about the game, but you can very well tell that they were not as experienced with the game. They were struggling in aim and basic lost sectors. That's the gameplay we saw. We didn't see any like actual into the light, any actual challenging content. Even like legend lost sectors would have been more impressive than just the basic lost sectors we got. And some of the weapons really didn't have a time to shine. And yes, I watched him struggle to aim basic weapons at enemies, and he struggled. I don't know if it was just to showcase the weapon as is, but I preferred 100% more of the actual builds and kits and use of weapons in the last live stream, especially with the dev who I would honestly want to play with because he was that guy. He was cool. Not so much this live stream. The question was asked, can you farm as much as you want? Yes, you can farm to your heart's content, open as many chests as you want. It's not loot locked. No weekly sets. It is you start, you grind, you can get it all done in any time that you want. Thank you. It's not loot locked. You can use and play at your heart's content. That means you can use your time wisely and grind it all out at once, or you can, take your sweet time. You could do that. You could be a sweaty nerd or a filthy casual, and I've been both, so I can say that. The fact that you can be a gamer and game how you want to game, there's no weekly locks, there's no rotating, it's just play the game how you want to. That's a plus to me. Last but not least, they gave a quickie, a little taste, a little treat for next week. They're going to talk about exotic missions and all the craftable weapons with them. Now, if you remember, and if you've been ears open to all the leaks and rumors, spoiler, if you're here, one of the rumors or leaks was that the Whisper mission's coming back and that the Whisper is going to be craftable. And Whisper was definitely one of the ones that was leaked. And most of the leaks have been about 80% correct. About 80%. There's obviously 20% of some issues. But I feel like we're gonna get Whisper craftable. And will this be able to save Whisper? Because it's been desperately wanting to thrive and exist in this game since they nerfed it. I don't know. We will find out next week. My overall thought is not as exciting as last week in regard to gameplay, but in the weapons, the loot, we play looter shooters for the loot. And I'm gonna tell you, everything that I saw outside of Luna's Howl being a dumpster truck for PvP, for PvE, it might be amazing. But overall, nothing seemed egregiously bad. Everything sounded amazing, especially if you love Mountaintop and Recluse. You're gonna have the good old combo wombo back. So look forward to that. I will be doing another review, maybe not like this next time, but I will be going over all the changes and everything that are going on. I'm excited. Not that I feel, again, I want to emphasize, I'm excited because I do enjoy Destiny. I like Destiny, but I don't think this is going to save Destiny. This is a step in the right direction. If we were to get this more often, we get this hype that we've been getting on loot, and we're actually getting like new activities, we're getting investment from the devs. I'm actually excited to see a Bungie live stream that isn't like a pre-recorded video. More of that, please. If we get more of that, we are going to continue to go in the right direction. But again, this is just live streams based on one activity. So I'm going to be interested about next week, which they're also going to talk about the PvP map pack. And again, more surprises. They hint at more surprises, which another leak that came out was that more reprised weapons are supposed to come back to be craftable from raids. So we will see if any of that comes to light. See what I did there? Into light? I'm sorry. I'll see myself out. I thank you guys. Hit the like button, comment down below, and let me know in the comments down below, what are you excited about? Are you excited? Will you even bother? Even with some of these fan favorites coming back, are you even bother with this? Let me know down below. I would like to hear from you, because it's always nice to hear other people's points and to see how you feel about it. As always, I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Until next time, game out.